on Skype with Jose Shorty Torres. How you doing, my man?
I'm alive, man. How about yourself?
Alive is good, right? That's first and foremost. Alive, kicking, life's good, man. Appreciate it.
It's a it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign. If I wake up dead, maybe I gotta wake, move some things around.
I know that would suck. It's so much going on. There's great movies on. The weather's beautiful. Fights are awesome. UFC 239 was incredible. So a lot of good stuff. First and foremost, I'm going to give you a great compliment. Nothing about fighting at all. I think you missed it. You're one of the best spokespeople I've ever seen. I think you're amazing at it. All the Instagram stories and anything, the CBD oil, Butcher Box, so much. I remember it because you're so good at sponsoring it. Where did that come from? And has anyone else ever told you this? You're really really good at it.
I really appreciate that, man. I ended up doing a lot of speeches when I was a child for different things, different diseases like Alzheimer's and all that stuff. And I was in a lot of these like social groups in high school and in junior high. So I ended up being one of the better ones. So they wanted me to speak about it. So I got comfortable speaking in front of people. And I also wanted to be an actor and a model when I was younger. And they just the acting gig, I did a couple short films, this, that, but I never got it picked up. But for me, I did acting classes, did all that stuff. So me being in front of people, me just randomly speaking, not being shy, it finally caught on. It's one of those things that's finally, thanks, Mom, I appreciate it, because now I can speak well in front of people and really, in a sense, given I promote everything I personally use, and I'm not just promoting it because they're giving me money. Like, I test trial everything, and it's my name's behind everything. But man, I can promote anything. It's one of those things that once I find everything about it, I can almost promote anything.
That's awesome, man. That's very cool. And congratulations on your last win, Brave FC, CF23, last April, 9-1. What is next for you in your fight game?
Man, I'm really hoping to fight again in August. That
Okay.
is my ultimate goal. I've been trying to contact Brave, trying to hit them up. I was actually probably gonna make like a shout out video, be like, hey, I'm not calling out a fighter, but I'm calling out Brave. Give me a title shot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it's just, I know they're busy right now with the event in London coming in 2 weeks, and
Mhm.
so everything's just scrambling. There's so many guys doing so many jobs there. It's hard to get a text back. I'm not even the side chick. I'm like the side chick secretary. So I'm down there, but it's one of those things that I know they want me to fight towards the end of the year, but I want to fight as soon as possible. I've already been down at ATT almost 5 weeks. I've already, in a sense, paid my money, paid my time. I don't want to be down here away from my family, away from my friends, my social life, and even tacos. So I'm just like, I need to fight, man. I need to make this worth it.
Absolutely. First of all, there's no tacos up there at down there at Coconut Creek.
There's tacos. I actually found one place that's very good, but man, fun fact. If you don't know, my nickname is Jose Chubby Torres from Nutrition, my damn nutritionist. And even when I was a kid, they call me Fat Boy. For me, I gain weight very, very fast. I can stub my
Really?
toe, my face gets fat. So for me, yeah, I was pissed about the Sage Northcutt thing. The guy breaks 8 bones in his face, and he looks even cooler now. Like, what the hell? For me, dude, I can't eat that much. But anyways, when I got back to ATT, I weighed 165.
Really?
So I fight 125, so I weighed
Yeah.
165. My
That,
face showed it, but like my body was regular, just a little thicker. But like now I'm weighing 150. I'm 25 over my usual stuff, so I'm just slowly trying to, bring my weight down. But any little carb, it just my face goes. I got the Mexican genes. I look like Andy Ruiz anytime I eat a good meal.
oh my goodness. Well, if you want to eat a good meal, go to Butcher Box. Put in the Jose Shorty Torres. There you go.
Man, I made a freaking phenomenal beef stew the other day from Butcher Box. And
Yeah.
what's funny, because I'm in the dorms, so everyone here, like a Sunsao and a couple other Brazilians and just other fighters coming in, they're
In the
like, hey,
out there, right?
yeah, everyone's up here. Hell, sometimes Joanna's up here. So
Yeah.
there's really, really good and famous people up here, but I'm chilling at the top and I'm cooking, and these guys are very basic. They're rice, broccoli, chicken. Rice, broccoli, chicken, the same technical meal prep. For
Yeah.
me, I bring out all these ingredients. I'm bringing out all these spices. They're like, oh, professional, professional. I was like, dude, I just like to eat good. I like to eat well. I want to eat different meals, and I made beef stew for the first time. I'm really happy. I'm proud of myself. It's one of those things where I can actually, just smile about it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You mentioned Yuan. He was in my notes here. Titan FC. I think of you. of Titan FC. To me, you're the godfather of Titan FC. Really put that promotion on its back. Now it's humongous. It's right underneath the UFC Fight Pass. Dana was at the last one. Juan Porto, Redemption, the main event. He's on fire. One of the best flyweights in the world. What do you think of the momentum that Titan FC has? And do you think of it like, holy crap, 7-0 under Titan FC? Like you did a lot of great shit down there.
I appreciate it. And I believe the hype has been brought up for both of us. They hyped me up and I definitely hyped them up because, having a dominant champ, everyone's like, who's this kid? Who's he fighting? Titan FC, they're having a lot of UFC veterans. They're trying to get the redemption back to the UFC fighting that promotion. They're having a lot of guys from Bellator and all these different, worldwide organizations that come on in. And Titan FC took care of me very well, but they didn't have me shy away from any fights either. Like when I won the championship, so I was 0-0, fought an 0-0 guy. Cool. Then I'm 1-0. I fought a guy 8-8. Even though technically it's not the best record in the world, that's 16 pro fights. That's experience.
Hell yeah.
Fought him, dominated him. Next guy 7-2. It's like 2-0 versus 7-2 is not fair, but we got the commission to settle with it. I was able to knock out the guy. Then I didn't call out anyone, or let me rephrase that. I didn't. The management's like, you know what? Let's have you. You're only 3-0. We want you to obviously keep the belt and do this. Let's figure out a good opponent for you. I'm like, no, Pedro Nobre is 18-2, right? I want him, and they're more than happy to help collaborate with me. And all the guys I fought in Titan against 7-0, I think 5 of them title fights, 3 of them title defenses. I did big things. I was the first champ with them, and I appreciate the promotion. I wish I could do more, though. I mean, I've commentated for them a couple times. I would definitely love like a full commentator job, like Megan Anderson and Invicta. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. But hey, one day, and that's something I'm trying to do. I mean, I have my YouTube series. I have a lot of things I'm trying to collaborate on where I'm speaking. Like you said, I'm a good spokesperson. I want to be able to do that eventually full time. Be like a Dan Hardy. After my career, I have a sports analyst job.
Dominic Cruz. To me, he's one of the best in the game. He's unbelievable at inside the fights, giving you all the information to, people who are not inside the game. And sometimes the grandma understands, use the jab in the third round. The grandma understands. Mm-hmm. Dominic Cruz is fantastic. I definitely think you got a big career. After you win a couple more championships, definitely you're 26 years young. You got a lot of time in the game before talking for a living. So, and, we talked about Titan FC. We'll talk a little bit about UFC and Brave. Transition into different organizations. Is that, is as easy as just fighting into another cage, or is it really tough and difficult to get, people, like you said, they're not Brave isn't really contacting you back. Sometimes it's hard to, when you work in the same job, you talk to the same people over and over again. Is it different transition into these different organizations in the last year or so?
A little bit. Titan FC was in a sense the lower promotion. Even though they're a very high class promotion, they're still catching up when it comes to trying to be super, super organized and getting everything figured out. UFC, easily the most organized promotion in the world. They've been around the longest. They've adapted well, and they handle so many fighters, and they have so many people from around the world working with them that they have to be organized. If not, it's all going to crumble. And Brave is definitely catching up to it. Obviously, I'm not going to call back, but they're definitely catching up to it. And when I was then at the event in Jordan, like, they took care of everything. They're always trying to help. They're always trying to do this. Was it as organized as UFC? No, but I think that makes sense. A promotion who's had 23 events compared to a promotion that has 200 plus. I think that's pretty fair to say. So they're moving up fast. They're having a private event in London, literally invite only powerful people are going, royalty, officers, stuff like that, where they're trying to pay respect to. And I think that's something very, very different. And I'm excited to see how it all turns out. But man, it's the transitions actually, because I have my own podcast called Inside Team Shorty on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and
very by the way.
I'm actually going to speak to Will Brooks about that. Of, hey man, how do you feel? Like, you're a dominant fighter, but you've been to so many different promotions. Bellator, UFC, PFL. I believe he's fighting M1 or another promotion in Asia. Against Gleason, somebody I can't remember, but or some promotion. But it's crazy because he's been to the main promotions in the world, but still being pushed away, even though he is a dominant athlete. So I want to ask about that too. But for me, I think it's just another fight.
Okay. Real quick, you just mentioned UFC over 200 events. For one, over 239. Those are the pay-per-views. Now, with this ESPN deal, they're fighting every weekend. They have a show in Sacramento. Raya Faber's back. Aspen Ladd's in the main event. So much going on weekly. But American Top Team had a big, big weekend, UFC 239, and just nothing else mattered other than Jorge Masvidal's knee. Fastest knockout ever. Sydney Outlaw's actually going to be on the show tonight, which is kind of
Mhm.
funny, and I know he was in his
He's
camp.
he's my neighbor. He's literally, I can knock on the thing, he'll knock right back.
That's so funny. Sydney's a good guy, man. He's definitely, we're a fan of him. He's a fan of us. He's a great guy. But yeah, anything, jumps at you, anything that you saw going into that fight, you're like, wow, yeah, I think Masvidal's going to put him on him. Of course, that's just a once in a lifetime, event, what he did.
It's so, for me, we went to Duffy's, which is like our local sports bar here, and it was maybe half the place was American Top Team, which again, we have a big gym. And so we're there and we're watching these fights. We're like, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. Masvidal, some people are Ben Askren fans, wrestlers, stuff like that. And out of nowhere, he just walks up and knees him. I mean, this is the loudest I've ever been in a place. And for me, I'm never like, oh, like I'm never super impressed. I'm like, oh, that was good or this or that. This is the first time, and I put it on my story as well, where like my jaw dropped. Like it was just automatic, like, oh my God, like you can't plan that. But the crazy thing was, he did plan that. That's all he expected, which is even, it makes it just that much better compared to one of those, oh, it's just in the moment type of thing, which it happens. But this one, to plan something so crucial, because you got to think about the other side. What if you got taken down? Yeah. Which is Askren's plan. What if you
actually given himself to Askren if he doesn't connect with this knee and Askren kind of gets his leg? That's exactly what Askren wants for 5 minutes. Like, it's amazing that they went with this, and it worked out perfect, flawless, incredible.
So it was a good day for American Top Team. Honestly, again, I'm a Jones fan. I used to train at Jackson Wink. Him and I used to hang out. He is a phenomenal fighter. I think he was timid in the fight. I don't know if there were any injuries because he did act different. Obviously, I know Santos has those hands, and you're afraid to get just hit by one, but he took a couple shots, but still didn't really come as forward as Jones, does. He usually picks people apart, but it wasn't as entertaining on Jones' side. Yeah, again, there's a lot of pressure. You're facing a really good guy that's around your size, just around that can strike as well. But Santos, man, I'm really impressed because he's known to be a Lineker almost. A brawler, just go after it. I die or you die. That's all I'm going for. But he was extremely technical, and again, he blew apart his whole knee. It wasn't like an MCL like I had before in one of my fights. He blew out all the ligaments around, plus just so much more. It's ridiculous. I think that happened in the second round to tear everything, completely everything, and still kick with it.
Yeah, he's still kicking in the fifth. Mm-hmm. And it's not even, we talk about it all the time here about if he went down to his corner, even finish the round, adrenaline, momentum, all that stuff. But as soon as he sits down and stops, for him to get back up and then be able to do that is incredible. It's mind-blowing what he went through, pain tolerance, or just even what he was able to do. Going into that fight, I'm a big Bones fan himself. He's, to me, the greatest fighter of all time inside the octagon. Just no doubt about it. But after that fight, Santos made me a fan. Big fan of Thiago Santos. And we had Billy Patton on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was talking to us about it, and he kind of winked at us. He goes, we think we have a great game plan. Him down there, they said they were putting the black drape so you couldn't see Santos.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't see anything.
Billy was back there. He goes, dude, we got something for Bones. This might be a tough fight. And for him, one judge had him winning. It was an incredible fight.
I actually thought Santos won. And I'm not like, oh, American Top Team, they have to win. I'm not one of those guys that, like, if I'm a fan of the other fighter, like Jones, I'm a fan of the other fighter. It's just realistic. But sure. if you look at it from a biased point of view, if I think Santos won, but I'm a Jones fan, that's saying something. I actually thought it was 4 rounds to 1. Some people I could say 3-2, but overall, I think Santos really pushed the pace, and he was very technical as well. Yeah, he might have not had the aggression in the fight, but when you fight a guy 6 feet tall and his arm span is 7 foot whatever, it's ridiculous. His arm span is the same size as Stefan Struve.
It's
like it's ridiculous. I'm literally up to Stefan's belly button when I stand next to him. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. So yeah, you are down there at American Top Team. We talked about them a lot. To me, probably the best gym in the world. We were down there around 6 to 8 weeks ago. Just how beautiful the gym is inside and out, every little nook and cranny, but all the fighters there, Dustin P, just every, I don't have to go through the whole list. It's incredible. What brought you down there? What was the decision that you wanted to train down there? How did that relationship come to be?
I just want to say Dustin's an amazing man, and him and I have my own foundation as well. He has a good fight. I have the Team Shorty Foundation. Him and I are eventually going to collaborate, so I'm
Very
really
cool.
excited. Like he is an extremely nice guy. But it's funny you say that because American Top Team. I've been to really nice gyms, big gyms. American Top Team, which is one of them I haven't visited. I went to Jackson Wink. I've gone to the training lab. I've gone to Dwayne Ludwig's Muscle Farm, places down in Missouri. I mean, I've can name a few. Rufus Sport. I can name definitely a good handful that are up there. And it was just one of those things that I remember when I first applied as a professional. You have to like apply to a gym and go, hey, I want to be here. I want to be there. Here they have the amateur program. So if you're amateur, sorry, you're amateur. Unless you know someone like a coach like Dean Thomas, they're not going to bring you to the pro class. So when I applied online, I was like, hey, I'm an amateur, but I'm having my pro debut. This is my resume. I have an pretty extreme resume as an amateur. And they're like, no, you're gonna be in the amateur classes. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going somewhere else. So I never came here.
Okay.
And then TJ just had his baby, and I was training at the training lab in Anaheim. And when TJ's not around, all the small guys kind of disappear. They really only come for him. So I was like, oh man,
Sure.
it's kind of pointless for me to be here. Let me see what happens. My manager is Lex McMahon. He lives literally blocks away from American Top Team. He's like, why don't you come here? The only problem was I literally just beat a guy in my last fight who was from American Top Team. And I was just like, it's gonna be a little awkward. I mean, I don't mind, but some people are butthurt. I mean, I'm the one that won, so I don't care. But yeah, man, I actually haven't seen that guy in a while. But I came down here, it was a little awkward, but they were more than welcoming, and they took me up in the dorms. I mean, just money wise, man. Besides, there's two things I really enjoy here. One, it's super convenient money wise. It
Okay.
saves me so much. They offer the dorms up here all for like the same price. Anything in the gym is yours, pretty much for like the price that they offer you, and it saves me so much money. And two is the fighters. I mean, for flyweights and heavyweights, those are the two weight classes that are just extremely complicated to get practice partners on. And
You're right.
here, I mean, I got Formiga, I got Barral, I sparred with Pedro Munhoz earlier. Asuncao is, a couple dorms down. Juan
You.
Porta,
Yeah.
and so many more. So I literally, if one guy goes missing, we have five others. Another guy goes missing, we have five others. So that's the best thing for me.
And what you were saying too about that, they have different styles. One's a striker, one's a wrestler. It's amazing that how many different, styles that American Top Team has. They don't, hey, we're gonna wrestle an overhand right. They have everything there. And then heavyweights, JDS, Arlovsky. It's just amazing all the heavyweights
They
they got. Greg Hardy.
they're yeah, they're 100. Greg Hardy's a super nice guy too. Him and I always mess around. I was trying to interview him before he left, but he was busy. It's Man, I'm telling you, the guys here are all willing to help too, and that's the biggest thing. I think
It's
that's a
a
huge,
family.
huge thing. Yeah, it's a family. Even though it's so big and given that it's like a high school, we have our posses. This is like the Olympic Training Center. Yeah, we might have not started at this gym, but all the athletes eventually come by and like combine together, and this is the gym to be. And plus, you have so many high level athletes. There were coaches, or our coaches, Dean Thomas, Mike Brown, Coach of the Year, and so many
Yeah,
more. It is a huge thing to have these guys who've already been through it and are just trying to help.
absolutely. And probably the last thing about American Top Team, absolutely, bar none, the greatest females in all mixed martial arts. With Amanda Nunes, Ioana's there now. I know your friend Jillian Savage Robertson's there. Just everyone.
I'm actually
Minor,
sparring with her. I'm actually sparring with her tonight, and I've been her sparring partner for the last three camps. I've been beat up a lot. I've been beat up a lot by her. That
she's
she's
awesome.
one person. She's one person that extremely impresses me because she does catch on very quick to things. But
Yeah,
her jujitsu, like the way like she embodies Dean Thomas's jujitsu style, and she's personally taught me a lot. To where like I now do the stuff she used to do to me on her. And I'm just like, this is technically your fault. So she's taught me a lot, and I'm actually sparring with her tonight, which I'm very not excited for.
yeah. Her fight's coming up 2 Saturdays from now. Definitely big up to her. Of course, can't have you on and not ask you about flyweights. Henry Cejudo, flyweight champion, with him winning the belt bantamweight championship, and then being on the shelf a little bit. What does it do for flyweights? To me, they're on the rise. With Yuan winning the Titan FC, even with Valentina. I know that sounds crazy with the females, but just kind of bringing it to attention with the head kick. What's your landscape? What's your outlook on flyweights right now?
So I actually, if people want to get like the full details of what I believe, I did make a video about it
Oh,
2 weeks ago on Inside Team Shorty on my YouTube. It's pretty much, is the flyweight division saved? Is Cejudo the flyweight savior? Honestly, I I don't believe whoever would have won would have been the flyweight savior. The flyweight is a almost dead weight class, and I say almost because yeah, there is some popularity back to it. People are now missing it because it's almost gone. I'm gone. All these other fighters. So it's one of those things that you got to look at it this way. How are you going to fire 30 people, have only 12 left out of 40, and go, hey, we're sorry, we want you back. Come on in. Yeah, that might happen. There's a possibility of that. But what's the possibility of that happening again? It's pretty high. So it's one of those things of, would you want to be, it's like being in a relationship. Would you want to be cheated on, again?
great.
That there's always that possibility. So why do it? For me, if they called me back on, hey, we're sorry, we'd love to have you back, let's finish your contract, I honestly wouldn't do it. I wasn't respecting that promotion. I had 2 fights in a matter of 45 days, having to lose 54 pounds. Like, yeah, I was mentally burnt out. I was in a 33 fight winning streak, and I was mentally burnt out before the Alex Perez fight even happened the week of.
Yeah.
And I quit. I literally told myself I'm going to go 3-1 in the UFC and I'll be fine, but I never got that chance. It's one of those things that, and it was only because I was a flyweight. So why go to a promotion that's discriminating over your weight when you really have no choice in it? For me, I was 35-pound champ. I even said, let me bump up, but because I wasn't their favorite or one of the butt buddies of the matchmakers, I wasn't allowed to. So it's a very biased and political promotion, at least from what I saw.
Okay.
But it's just
Okay.
one of those things that I believe right now the flyweight division is postponed. At least from what I'm hearing rumors. I can't confirm anything, but what
Sure.
I'm hearing is a lot of guys that went up to 35 and possibly have lost. I think Sergio Pettis is one of them.
Yeah.
I know Alex Perez won. Mark De La Rosa. They're all moving back down to 125.
Wow.
So is it being revitalized? Maybe, but that still doesn't mean it can't die. They haven't signed any new guys. There's the difference. They're highlighting them more, but once you lose, you're out from the typical norm right now.
Yeah, and that's crazy. You really can't have a division like that. You really can't. You always have to have new blood. Young fighters coming up. Jose, definitely all your plugs, throw them out. I got 10 funny, cool questions for you. We call it Going Bananas, but definitely I want you to, the YouTube, all your social media platforms, any kind of sponsors, Butcher Box, anything you want. Floor is yours.
Butcher Box already got their shout out. There you go. No, man, I literally have too many sponsors. I'd love to just say so many, but I know I'm gonna leave one out, and that's always my bad part. I've done that before. But my biggest thing right now, I'm picking up my YouTube channel. I actually moved it to IGTV as well. So the IGTV is all the old videos from last year. YouTube are the newer videos. So if you want to catch up, you have to transition to YouTube. But it's called Inside Team Shorty. If you want to see the videos first on Instagram, it's Jose Shorty Torres. Twitter and Facebook, Shorty Torres MMA. And my personal website, 100% of all my proceeds go to my Team Shorty Foundation, which help keep kids in the gym and off the street. It's teamshorty.com, and I appreciate all the love and support, man. Thank you. But yeah, let's get those 10 questions out.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Definitely. And the YouTube videos, great. They really are cool. But all right, here we go. Going Bananas. 10 questions. Favorite superhero?
Oh, man. Well, it depends. If we're going anime, Goku. If we're going comics, Spider-Man.
Okay. You like that Spider-Verse movie? Incredible,
Spider-Verse
right?
is a good movie. Spider-Verse is a good movie, man.
It's the jump. My kids love it. We watch it all the time. The last name of the first girl you ever kissed?
The last name, oh, man. I was like, man, why does this sound weird? The last name of the first girl I ever kissed, that was really, really long ago. So I don't know. I started young, man. Man, I get punched in the face for a living. So I'm again, I live in a Mexican neighborhood. I'm just gonna say Garcia. Yeah. I'm probably like 90% right.
Yeah, you probably nailed it, right? Other than your show, what's your favorite podcast or your YouTube show?
Oh man, it's actually really, really surprising. I don't have one.
Really?
I don't watch podcasts. I don't watch anything because I have too much time on my hands, or excuse me, too little time on my hands. I'm always training or doing this. I watch more YouTube videos than anything.
Gotcha. You can always go to Fight Bananas, subscribe to the YouTube video. Sydney Outlaw, Billy Patton, Jillian Robertson, and now Jose Torres will be on the Fight Bananas YouTube. So definitely check that out. Who's your all-time favorite fighter?
Manny Pacquiao. That's the easiest thing. My all-time favorite fighter. You got to admire the guy, a legend, 8th division world champ, moving up from 108, his very first weight class, not world championship, but 108 all the way to 154 is phenomenal. And he's a senator now, still doing his thing, and now collaborating. He has his own Pacquiao Foundation and building homes for the communities back in the Philippines. I think it's just the guy is a modern day Muhammad Ali. He's doing things inside and outside the ring. It's phenomenal.
So happy you said that. Incredible. No one knows he is such a small welterweight. It's incredible. He is a probably 132, 136. And for him to go all the way up there, one of the best careers ever in boxing history. That's a great call. Love it.
But he has the biggest calves no matter what weight class he enters. Literally, look a picture of his calves. It's phenomenal.
Wow. Your first job?
My first official job was pizza delivery boy.
Oh, love it. Dog or cat?
So I'm a dog person, and my favorite dog, my only dog that I've only had, I've always had like fighter dogs technically from my neighborhood, but we had pit bulls. We always had pit bulls. But the dog I definitely want to have one day is a British Bull Terrier, long face, big head, small body. Sounds pretty familiar. So, I want that.
We call it Shorty. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Oh man, that's a hard one. That one I know I definitely can't answer, but the first thing that pops in my head is like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Rumble in the Bronx. I think it's a great movie.
It is when he jumps off the top of that one building to the other building through the window.
Yeah, man.
Rumble in the Bronx.
He's one of those people. Like I only have a handful of people that I want to meet. Like I'm not one of those guys like, oh, this, that, like, or fangirling over somebody. The people that I fangirl towards, that's definitely one of them is Jackie Chan. Like that one would be an honor.
Wow, that's awesome. Beach or mountains?
Mountains. I'm not much of a beach person. Mainly here in Florida, I'm afraid of sharks. So, and I'm small, so I can fit in anyone's mouth. I'm not doing it.
Your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? It's crazy. Another thing, I don't have one. Even though I'm technically a Chicago fan, if that's the case, it'd be the Chicago Cubs. But for me, man, I've played the sports, but I've always been more fan entertaining with fighting, either boxing or MMA. But actually, I watch boxing more than anything. Boxing is probably my favorite sport.
It's incredible. It's incredible how boxing's had an upswing lately. It's awesome. On ESPN, on Fox now. It really is great. Last question for you. What's your dream fight?
Oh, man. I don't know if I have a dream fight because I'm not saying Demetrius Johnson is past his prime or anything like that. And, well, Pacquiao is just a whole different person. But it's one of those things. I've never had a dream fight. I just want to be in those dream moments, if that makes any sense.
Like I don't. Moment.
Yeah, man. I don't care what happens. I don't care what I do or this or that. I want to have a phenomenal career and a phenomenal moment if I can make it to the top, whether it be the UFC, Brave, or any other promotion. I want to do what DJ's doing, trying to win a belt in different promotions, top promotions all around the world, to really see if he is the best of the best. And that's my ultimate goal as well.
Wow. Incredible. Jose Torres, thank you so much. We've had you on before. Thank you for coming on again. Definitely check out all of his, sponsoring. It's one of the best in the business. Check out his Instagram stories, top notch. Check out his YouTube, Inside Shorty Torres, man. Thank you so much for the show. We appreciate it. Stay blessed. Have a good day.
I appreciate it, man. Stay alive.
All right.